Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Glenn Tan speaking. This time, we are continuing to talk about boost heating technology. This sharing divides into these 5 parts. Next, we go to the EVI or Enhanced Vapor Injection. For this one, we have 2 directions. First is EVI with flash tank, and the other is EVI with internal heat exchanger. So let's focus on the first. And here is the system diagram. We have the compressor, condenser, 2 metering device for the metering, and also the evaporator. And also we have the flash tank and control the injection always with a solenoid valve. And here is how the refrigerant flow. Also, same from the compressor is the high pressure and temperature vapor. Then we send this refrigerant into the condenser to release heat. Then itself, we just go to here to become liquid. And then we send this liquid to the first metering device like the EXV. And then we come to here. This is for the first one. And then metering again to here. Here already become the low pressure. Then we send this low pressure liquid and vapor mixture to the evaporator for cooling. And here is the low pressure. And after that, we will come to here, already become the vapor for compressor compressed. And here we just inject from this solenoid valve, which is to get the saturated refrigerant, which is from here to inject into the compressor. And from the local pH diagram, it will become this one. This will lower the compressor discharge and just like this. And also it can higher the high pressure. Besides, also it can extend the evaporator range to higher the capacity. And here is the benefit summarized. Number 1 and number 2 is the same as previous. And just number 3, we have this one to extend the capacity. Next, we go to the second direction, which is EVI with internal heat exchanger. And from this system diagram, we also have the compressor, condenser, but this time only one metering device for the metering process. And this is the internal heat exchanger, and this is the evaporator. And also with another metering device like the EXV to control how much amount we need to inject for the compressor. And first of all, I will analyze how the refrigerant flow inside this diagram. And also from the compressor already become the high pressure and temperature vapor. Then we send this vapor to the condenser to release heat. Then itself will go to this one, already become the liquid. Then send this liquid to the metering device. And for example, this ESV, we make it to become low pressure down here. And then we send this liquid and vapor mixture to the evaporator to absorb heat, which is the same as previous. And this part already become the vapor for the compression. And also this one is the low pressure. As for the injection, we just make a partial refrigerant to get from this main row to get through, which is to metering at this EXV2. Then from this part, we get through this heat exchanger for the injection. And from the system diagram, it will become this one, and from the pH diagram, become this. We just inject this one, which is we can use EXV to control the superheat of this injection. So, and according to the system demand, we can increase or decrease this injection amount. And the first benefit is we can also lower the compressor discharge. And the second also to higher the high pressure. And the third is you can also find that this refrigerant after get metering itself will just become the low pressure and temperature, and then this amount can absorb heat from this main role in this internal heat exchanger. It can make itself to be completely vapor, which is going out from this curve. And then we can use this ESV to control how much amount we need to inject into this compressor according to system demand. So it become this one, and also we can extend the evaporator range by higher the subcooling. So from the result, the benefits also the same. 1, 2, 3. And just compare with the flash tank, we have this device to control the injection amount. But with this one, is once we fix the solenoid valve, the injection amount also already fixed. It cannot adjustable. On the other hand, on-off this solenoid valve will introduce an impact to the outdoor unit system, which will make the piping not that vibration is not that good. As for the EXV, it is a gradually change which acceptable by the outdoor unit, or the impact is very small. That's all for this sharing. If you still have any other question, just feel free to contact me on my personal email address. Hasta la próxima. それではまた次回。